Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
We're so thrilled to have on the show a young lady that is an incredible guitarist. She's shared the stages with so many amazing artists. You're going to be seeing a lot more of her, especially with her upcoming benefit and other shows. Grace Bowers. Grace, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You know, it's like, I feel like, you know, you just moved to town not that many years ago from San Francisco, and now you're a Nashville regular.
Yeah, I've been here 2 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to the Grand Ole Opry together, and you know, you were already like working the guitar like crazy then. And you and I could actually talk guitars like fluently.
Yeah, I think when we went to the Grand Ole Opry, I'd been here like not even a couple of months.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy.
And now I see you everywhere performing with all these artists on stage. I mean, from James Nichols, you're over there hanging out with like Warren Haynes. You're endorsed by Gibson now.
Yeah.
Not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal at all.
Yeah, and I love your 61 SG, Gibson SG that you brought along. That's your main one, right?
Yeah, this is I have a few other ones, but this one's like where I feel most at home.
Right. How is it going with all these shows that you're involved in now, to where it's like everybody, I mean, you're hanging out with them vibes and with everybody. How is this all coming together for you here in Nashville?
Well, everyone's just been like so accepting of me. Like sometimes I walk into a venue and I like walk right on stage because someone sees me and is like, get up here. And it's like sometimes I walk into a venue, I know like everyone in there. And
Wow.
it's super cool, and I think that's only something you can get being here in Nashville.
Right. I think you're right. And also, you know, a lot of people may not realize, even as young as you are, you've been playing guitar since you were 9 years old.
Yeah, 7 years now.
Is that kind of crazy? I mean, like almost half your life.
Yeah.
And you really doubled down during the pandemic years.
Yeah, that's when I started like really getting into it, because before that it was guitar was kind of just something that I did that my parents kind of wanted me to do, and I stuck with it. But then during the pandemic, we were like all locked inside, especially being in California, because it was like completely shut down.
Right.
I know out here it wasn't. I walked down Broadway when we came to visit here during COVID, and it was like nothing had happened at all.
Right.
So
compared to California, you know,
yeah,
San Francisco, where you were from.
Yeah, California, we were on strict lockdown, like couldn't go outside. So I locked myself in my room with a guitar, and I started like learning the blues and all that.
Yeah.
And kept growing from there.
Well, you definitely have. Your guitar playing is just amazing. It sounds so mature hearing you play and all the great things you're doing. And also that, you know, like I said, the other artists are embracing you, you know, and that you're hanging out with some of the top people. I mean, obviously one of your big icons, you know, Slash.
Yeah.
And so have you played with Slash yet?
I have not. That would be like top of my bucket list.
Well, you know it's coming.
I don't know.
You guys are kind of endorsed by the same company. I mean, you know a guy.
We'll see.
I want to bring up though also, Grace, you know, with Grace Bowers and Friends, you have a big charity event coming up on July 10th. And it's like a list of who's who.
Yeah.
And then also with 100% of the proceeds, you know, going to the Covenant and also to Music Cares. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so on July 10th, I put together this big show at the Basement East. Basically, I got this idea after the Covenant school shooting. It was so upsetting.
Right.
And, you know, I went to a protest for it at the state capitol, and I made a post about it on Instagram, and was just met with like all these horrible, horrible comments of people telling me that like I shouldn't be posting about this because I can't do anything about it. So that made me really want to do something about it.
Right.
So I got this idea, and I texted a few people that like I'm pretty close with, and like some of my favorite musicians, just like to see if this could maybe work, because I was super doubtful about it. I'm like, well, let me just see if someone would be down to do it.
Right.
And was just immediately met with yes, like from everyone. So then I keep reaching out to people, and now the lineup's got like a ton of people on it.
You're going to need a bigger T-shirt.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because it's life, love, and music, right?
Yeah.
And it's at the Basement, and July 10th, and I know there's a GoFundMe,
Yes.
but also people can get their tickets to support it and come to the show. It's like the list. I mean, once again, James Nichols, You get Peter Keys.
Yep.
Them Vibes. I mean, who else? The list just keeps growing.
Yeah, I don't even think I can list everyone, but Devin Gilfillian's playing, Oddly Freed.
Right.
Gosh, who else? I'm like blanking on everyone.
You know,
right
and
now.
Oddly's been, I mean, I think like half the people on this have been on the show at one point or another.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So it's sort of like old home week, you know, it's like going, wow, it's like we all know the same people, but also incredible musicians. And you've got to feel good about it, Grace, to where you're doing something like this that matters to you and with the charities and that all your friends and fellow musicians are stepping up with you.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool just bringing everyone together, and everyone's kind of from like a different, like it's all different music genres people are playing, and this show is going to like, everyone's going to be on like different songs together, and they're all going to be jamming.
How great is that?
It's going to be amazing.
Is it going to be like the Jimi Hendrix experience to where you just have the amps lined up and everybody just walks out and plugs in?
Yeah. It'll be something like that, I hope.
How amazing.
Yeah.
I hope somebody's recording it too.
It will be recorded. There
Yeah.
will be a recording of
And
it.
you've got a lot of other good stuff. I got to brag on you some to where, you know, you're playing some big festivals and everything coming up.
Yeah.
You got what's the big show the end of July?
End of July, on my birthday, I will be playing, which is July 30th, I will be playing Newport Folk Festival.
Right.
And then September, I think it's in September,
September.
I'll be playing Pilgrimage.
Huge, down in
with
Franklin.
with Charlie Worsham as of right now.
Yeah. And some other big things we can't talk about,
Yeah.
but will be coming out on social media and your newly launched website.
Yes.
Pretty neat stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of shows, and and your band, and it seems like everything is really coming together for you, and for all the right reasons, and you're really enjoying what you're doing, out there making music. It just, everything seems so positive.
Yeah, well, I'm really thankful for everyone who's kind of given me a chance to play with them, whether that be like sitting in or playing in their band. Just everyone's just giving me all these chances.
Well, and you're being called in
Yeah.
by people to play on their songs and their albums and doing session work and on stage and everything. I mean, it seems like you've been here much longer than you have, Grace.
It's been a hustle for sure.
And I understand you've been playing a little, Gibson ES 330 on the side,
Yeah. Yeah.
trying not to make the SG jealous, right?
No, the 330 is probably my second go-to guitar for
Yeah.
like clean tone stuff.
Right. And so now you just got the rock and roll look too, So it's like, do you have like separate like weekend clothes, or it's like or rock and roll clothes? How does that work?
It depends. It depends on how much like. Okay, sometimes I'll like get dressed up for a show, and then sometimes I'll roll in looking like this.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters too much, but it depends on my mood sometimes.
And so they haven't made like a room or a signature model for you yet down at the Gibson garage, right?
No.
Okay, but that's probably coming. I'm just saying, I said it here first. Okay, so when it happens, you go, Eric, you were right. So I want to make sure for our viewers, Grace, with the incredible charity event, Life, Love, and Music coming up July 10th at the Basement, also with your shows, with everything you've got going on, and you've got an incredible social media following.
Yeah.
So where do our viewers need to go for everything Grace Bowers?
Instagram, I'm most active on Instagram, Grace__Bowers. And same thing on TikTok. And I'm currently logged out of my YouTube account, so don't go to that one as of right now.
Right. And a new website coming.
A new website is on the way, yeah.
And is there going to be some cool merch coming?
Yeah, that would be great.
I'm just
We'll
saying.
see about that one.
I thought also with certainly with the big show, with the charity show, that would lend itself to some cool T-shirts.
Yeah, well, I don't know about T-shirts, but we'll definitely be selling posters.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
And then get them signed by the artist there, maybe.
that's a good
Like
idea.
you. Have a little table set up. Well, I'll tell you what, it's great to see all the incredible things that you're doing with your music, Grace, and also this charity event that's going to be awesome. There's so many incredible artists, and obviously Grace Bowers and her band, Life, Love, and Music, supporting Covenant and also Music Cares. So be sure and go online at the Basement. You can get your tickets, be a part of the GoFundMe. Follow Grace for incredible guitar licks, cool guitars, cool clothes. She hangs out with the best people. even not the best people like the Rockin' Review here. So it's so great to have you on the show,
Thank
Grace,
you.
and congratulations on all the great things going on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we're going to have you back on when the new album comes out too, right?
Yes.
Be sure and follow Grace Bowers. You're going to enjoy all the music she's doing. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.